Well, good morning and welcome to my channel. There's no place like your home era, and it's good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Well, it's another beautiful day here. I'm still away from home, and the sky is just beautifully blue. I think you can see a little bit of it back there. The humidity hasn't kicked up yet, and the birds are singing. And this particular area, there are actually a lot of hummingbirds, which were so nice to see last night. So I wanted to share with you this morning a few things outside of my standard thrifting and uh, using things for different reasons. But today I'd just kind of like to focus on a little bit of health. So you always see me with a coffee cup, and at that point, I'm enjoying my coffee. But I start my morning off with this, about this size, about 8 or 10 ounces of warm water. I've boiled it and I let it cool a little bit. And I freshly squeeze a half of a lemon. I grate ginger, fresh ginger, which you can buy at any store. And then my seasoning is a mix now of cayenne pepper, turmeric, cinnamon, ground cloves, and I think there's one more, maybe not, but definitely those four. And you want to take it easy on the cayenne pepper. So let's say if you, and also the clove. Let's say if you just sprinkle a little bit of clove into your hand, just a little bit bigger pinch. Well, for the cayenne pepper, you want to use just a minuscule of a pinch. I shake my cinnamon in from my little container, and then I use probably an eighth to a quarter teaspoon of turmeric. And these are all of the ground spices. You can also add honey if you would like, to just kind of, um, give it a little bit maybe sweeter, gentler taste if you think this, you might not care for this. And also, I use a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar with the mother root. And I love the White House, and I still use it, the White House apple cider vinegar. They've now gone to a plastic container. They had the glass container. The Bragg's has the glass container. It's up to you. I'm hoping that this White House apple cider vinegar still is just as good as it was. I prefer glass. I stay away from plastic, bottled waters, and things like that as much as I possibly can. So anyway, but I have this drink before I have my coffee in the morning. And I understand that this is a good recipe for our immunity. And I'm not specifically sure of what all, the benefits are, but I can't imagine that natural ingredients and some good warm water, you know, doesn't do something good for you. And also with all the awareness of our gut health, the needs for our gut health, this is supposed to be, a good addition, help for that. So that's something to think about, if you're looking to add on to your lifestyle, to change it. And I recently heard another content creator this morning talking about adding magnesium glycamine or glycate. I've got to look it back up again. But I'm going to research that a little bit more myself and consider taking that. I don't like to take supplements. I don't like to take vitamins. If there was something just in a liquid form, that would really serve me best. So I've started with this. I've been doing this for quite some time. I'd say at least a year. But I do that before I pour that coffee onto my gut, to just get myself alkaline and, in a better position for what I'll have throughout the day. And I've really just, I can't say it enough for us, and especially if you are a senior woman, You know, our nutrition is just very important. Um, every once in a while, I have to have a sweet, manufactured sweet, but overall, I really just try to avoid it. I'm using honey uh, at, as well. I had a video with the sourdough toast. Oh my goodness, with some of the raw honey and some almond or walnuts sprinkled on it, and that really just foot the bill for, needing that sugar and the crunch and also the carbs from the bread. So again, that's something, to consider. Just small changes, every day make a small change for yourself for the better, because as we age, um, we're just not as mobile, we're just not as fast. And as much as I wish that weren't the case, my mind is ready to go, but sometimes, my bones take a second to catch up to that. So that's something that I wanted to share with you today. And as well, I think primarily the um, the idea of what do I want? How do I want to say this? Being able to switch gears, and especially at our age. And I will say this. So my upbringing was very, very chaotic. It was not good at all in many respects, and it's taken me a lifetime really to wade through that, recover from it, research, do the work, do my own personal work and growth and development in understanding, the person that it made me. And I would say that one of the symptoms or one of the things that happens to a child growing up in a very traumatic and um, abusive environment is you develop, your instinct is very high. Your survival skills, excuse me, are very high, and to the point of when you take that behavior out into the real world, it's not going to make it. And it's taken me a lifetime to understand that and really make some major adjustments and fine tune myself, for this remaining part of my journey. And quite honestly, I'm very grateful for it. I really am. I'm not sharing that to look back or belabor a point, but one thing that I found from that, a strength that it gave to me, is the ability to really adjust quickly to situations. And where I would think that, I'm coming to the party late, I'm coming to the show late, and I've got things done this way, and because that's how I did things, and people look at you like, this person doesn't understand, they're crazy. But this is what led me to think about this morning. So in packing up the things that I wanted to bring for myself, and specifically my nutrition, I thought, oh no, I forgot my grater for my ginger because I was in a hurry. We had, I said, a very long trip. I had a lot of back end things I had to do to arrange a house sitter and a pet sitter and showing them. So, and getting my things together, it was a lot to get out the door. And when you finally get out the door and your mind can breathe, and even though I made a list, you think, oh no, I forgot this or I didn't bring that. And in my past, a lot, years ago, that would have probably devastated me. It did devastate me because I would take it to heart that I didn't have it together, and just that very negative self-talk and terrible train of thought. So this morning, when I was making my drink for the first time, I didn't get to get it together yesterday because we had to be out the door. But I thought, oh no, you forgot the grater, and so But immediately I realized, okay, well, use a knife, try to shred it up or slice it or do whatever you have, at least to get the ginger liquid, the juice into my drink. And I went into the refrigerator. I had put the grater in with the lemons and the ginger. So that was really truly just a great thing to discover, a good feeling that I had, that I had gotten that tool and brought it along with me. So, I don't know how this will resonate with you. Maybe you've just always had it together and life has gone differently for you. But that was just such a coup this morning to see that grater in there and know, okay, Lisa, you did get it packed. You got your knife, you got everything you needed. You blended all your spices before you went and put them in a bag, so you're not bringing, I wasn't bringing containers of the spices. So, that's my word of encouragement for you today. When you want to go and just, hit yourself in the head or put yourself down or, even shame yourself for what may appear to be a mistake, just remember that had the grader not been here, I would have made a way, and that would have been good, and I would have felt good about realizing that, hey, I can improvise and I can figure things out. And as I said, the start of having to develop that skill was not on the best, didn't have the best footing with it, but it has served me well in many ways. So I hope you have a good Saturday, a good weekend. I am going to be out of doors here and I uh, do my exercises. And I specifically picked this Airbnb because they actually have a full gym and a swimming pool. And I just know that as we age, especially, we need to stay active and encourage you on whatever level that you participate in your physical health, either to get out and walk, do those stretches, get that oxygen into your lungs, get that nutrition into your body, because this will, I believe, will at least give some preventative measures for, becoming sick as we get older. And then, it's a little harder to do things. And maybe we can avoid those medications. I don't know. I can't speak for anybody else, but I know it's not a route that I want to go on. So if you like my channel, please like and subscribe. It's always good that I see some people watching. And again, it's always about just encouraging you what my lifestyle has done for me and how I do things. And I like to be able to share that with you. So the day's going to be moving along here, and I want to get at what I need to do, uh, continue to do. And this is important to me to say hey to you and give you some encouragement. So I will see you the next time. Have a wonderful day.